two in the Premier Sports Cup. Group C, two teams that made a splash on Saturday with their starts. Stephen Craigan alongside me. Hibernian, as the Premiership side, will be favourites, but Queen's Park have become a settled side in the Championship, and they may fancy springing an upset in this competition. Joe Newell across to take the corner and head it in surely over the line, and the goal is given. Hibernian lead 1-0, and it's Warren O'Hara with the header off the underside of the bar, and it's taken him just 14 minutes to get the breakthrough. Warren O'Hara, new signing from MK Dons, with his first goal in Hibs colours.
It's a really good header, isn't it? The pace is on the cross, but you just look at that Queen's Park zonal mark, and they're all standing, shoulders are closed. It just means O'Hara can run in between, and Danny Wilson can't get close enough to him. They're all looking at the ball, they can't see what's happening behind them, so the responsibility is on Danny Wilson to go and try and meet it, but O'Hara just gets before him. You can tell he knows it's over the line, we can see from here.
But not forthcoming.
I think he's just out-muscled, isn't he, by Ekpiteta. Zach Rudden is looking for the perfect ball into his feet, he just ushers him forward, Ekpiteta. Unfortunately, it's not a free kick. Once again, the ball's turned over easy, and it's Hibs on the front foot trying to force the game.
Campbell, he's been lively. Now Martin Boyle! Oh, it's gone all the way in. Flag stays down. Martin Boyle with a spectacular effort. But it should have been kept out, surely, by Callum Ferry, who got more than a big hand to it, but it seemed to squeeze through the goalkeeper. And 2 goals in just over 4 minutes from Hibernian, who are racing out of sight at Easter Road.
Well, you have to say, you've got to give Martin Boyle 10 out of 10 for innovation. I think he probably catches Callum Ferry a little bit by surprise. I don't know if he's expecting a lot more power on the ball, but he really should have just cussed that into his mid-drift. It's a really poor goalkeeping error. And Martin Boyle tried something a little bit different. You don't try it, you don't get the goal. He knows he's had a huge slice of luck. He struggled last season with goals, only 5 league goals, Martin Boyle, so he'll be delighted to get a second goal.
Now Boyle helps it on. Campbell had interest, but Wilson was there. Well taken down by Thomas. He's robbed by Mariah Welsh. And is there time for one last chance for Hibernian? It's Campbell through. Molotnikov for 3! The perfect end to the half for Hibernian. They've been streets ahead of Queen's Park. Rudy Molotnikov gets the third, and this Hibernian's team this season under David Gray look full of goals.
Well, there's a couple of things to look at. The ball's turned over in midfield, the way to pass and the vision from Josh Campbell to slide the ball in behind Will Tizard is absolutely brilliant. But then you look at Molotnikov, he's the one prepared to make the run. It said he's been the bright spark the whole first half. He's been lively, he's been energetic, he's been brave with the ball, but it's a terrific goal, terrific way to pass, and a wonderful, calm, composed, really assured finish from a young man. And you're right, Hibs have been streets ahead of Queen's Park, and 3-0 certainly doesn't flatter them.
Here's Levitt. Ellie Yuan. Space out wide for Boyle again. He looks early. Campbell the man in there and struck by Yuan. Beat up. Will pick up again. Ellie Yuan. Neat touch into Levitt. Levitt's curling effort! And they have got their 4th. They've had to wait for it. But it's a fine curling strike from Dylan Levitt that brings further cheer to the home fans at Easter Road.
Yeah, it was Ellie Yuan had the fizzing shot just before that. Hibs recycle the ball to keep it alive, and it comes to Dylan Levitt. He just opens the goal up for himself onto his right foot. We know he's predominantly right-footed. He just chops it onto his right foot, there you go, and just bends it. What he actually uses Danny Wilson, who may be in the eye line of Callum Ferry, can't really see it. And it's a perfection of a finish. Really classy, styly from Dylan Levitt, in off the post, and all of a sudden they were struggling for their fourth goal. They've now got it.
At the back, Ewan on a turn to get away from Turner. He's away from Welsh too. Ewan, he's certainly looked in the mood. Is he going to finish off this? Oh, it clips the inside of the post from Ellie Ewan. What a goal that would have been. He picked it up on halfway, beat two, and he's denied by the finest of margins.
Ewan gets criticised at times for what he doesn't do. I tell you what, that was simply sensational.
Martin Boyle's in, and that is 5! Back-to-back games. Hibernian, under David Gray, have scored 5, conceded none. 5 of the best once again. Their first showing at Easter Road, and Queen's Park really being blown away in the capital.
What will please David Gray is the hunger and the appetite of the players. They haven't settled for 3 at any stage. They haven't settled for 4. They're pressing, they're aggressive, and you just know when Martin Boyle gets into this position, inevitably the ball's going to end up in the back of the net. It looks as if he's got his zest back tonight. He looked flat at times last season, wasn't at his best, but looks as if he's playing with a smile on his face. The weight of the world is away from him, but this was simply sensational from Ellie Ewan. His touches, his dribbles, his nutmeg, and almost has finished. The best goal, his best goal that never was.
Sheary's header. Welsh spots Hines out wide. Hines, Scott. Scott's ball across. Teed up for Turner, and Queen's Park do get their goal hammered in by Jack Turner, the very final act of the game. Not too much of a celebration, but at least those supporters do have something to cheer, and it was worth staying right until the 96th minute to see Jack Turner's goal.
It's a really well worked goal. You look at Josh Scott down that left hand side, it's easy for him to stay at home and just stay behind the ball, but he goes and gets involved. Hines picks him out. I actually felt as if it should have been left for Louis Longridge, but Jack Turner comes in, just drills it, and it may take a slight defection. Blas Bursik, you'd imagine that'll be the last action of the game, because we're in the 96 minutes now.
That is indeed the full-time whistle. Jack Turner's effort, the final act of a game, and it was finished as a contest a long time before Turner hammered that one in the 96th minute, because Hibernian before that were rampant. Warren O'Hara scoring his first goal for the club on his first appearance at Easter Road. Martin Boyle got the second and the 5th, but Rudy Molotnikov was the standout performer. We saw over an hour of the teenager. He got the goal just before half-time. Dylan Levitt added one after the break, and the full-time score at Easter Road: Hibernian 5, Queen's Park 1.